Hey, what's up, guys? So I got this old French, I guess it's a jewelry box on eBay. It's from the 1800s. It has its original silk interior. Let me actually show you the inside. So it opens up. I believe it's French because it has like a French spring action. So when you press that little button in the back, a drawer on the front pops out. Now the only problem is that the knob, the original knob on the front of the box is missing. So I went ahead and by the way, this is part of the drawer that I took out so I can get into this area to try to replace and put a new knob on. And so I got on Amazon these little knobs, and I didn't know what size would be right for it. I was waiting for the box to come. And as you can see, it's pretty gnarly, and I'm going to actually restore the wood on it and make it look like brand new with Howard's Restor-A-Finish. But I'm trying to decide which knob that I think would actually look the best with this jewelry box. So let me hold this up. So we have this choice, or we have this choice. So I got one of these little miniature knobs. So I'm deciding. So you'll see the outcome of the knobs, and I'm going to get the Howard Restor-A-Finish out, and we're going to make this wood look like brand new again. So look at it before. And it looks like it could be mahogany. And let's get going on the restoration and see how beautiful this old box could be. Stay tuned. All right, so here's the back of the box. And we're gonna go around. And okay, so I changed the knob. And the knob that I chose was the little ring pull knob. And it fit perfect. The other knobs, actually the screws, it came with two different size screws, and one was too short to screw the knob in, and the other was too long, and it gaped out of the box, and it just did not look right. All right, so what we're going to attempt to do right now is actually liven up this beautiful old mahogany wood. It has some surface scratches. It's a little dull in areas, as you can see here. See, like the edges have some marks on it, and some lacquer and stain loss. So what I'm going to do is take a steel wool pad, a very, very fine steel wool pad, Howard Restor-A-Finish in mahogany, and it comes in all different colors. This stuff is fantastic. And then I have a paintbrush. Now, to apply it, I'm going to apply it with the steel wool pad. You can apply it with an old cotton rag or a t-shirt or a dish towel or some kind of microfiber cloth. But what we're going to do is put it on with the steel wool pad. And as you can see, it's very, very fine little hairs on it. It's not going to scratch the wood, actually. A lot of people get very nervous about the steel wool pads, but it helps the Howard Restor-A-Finish to seep into the wood better and cover up more of the flaws. Now, around this area, the hardware, if I have my steel wool pad, it's going to get onto the hardware. So to avoid that, I'm going to actually brush on the Howards going around the hardware with a paintbrush, and especially around the lock. We're going to do that, and around the ring pull. All right, so let's get started and see the before and after on this beautiful old Victorian French wooden jewelry box. And I believe it is a jewelry box. Let's just look inside of it again. And it has a beautiful jewelry box interior and a hidden drawer that pops out with that little button. All right, let's get going. All right, I'm going to begin. So I shook up the Howard Restor-A-Finish because it has pigment in it, and you want to distribute that pigment around. So now I have my steel wool pad, and I'm going to place the Howard onto the pad by tilting it a few times on that steel wool. Let me just get this out of the way. Always remove your Howard Restor-A-Finish and put it somewhere else, because you could actually knock into it and spill it everywhere. It's happened to me, and it was not fun cleaning it up. All right, so as you can see, we're going to do the top front of the box. So you just glide your steel wool pad over the wood that you want to refreshen, and you're going to do it along the grain of the wood. So the pattern of the wood, you're going to go into that grain. And I'm going to show you how beautiful this stuff works. Okay, so beautifully it works, actually. Okay, here we go. Trying to get the glare out of here. Very, very hard to do, but you can see it darkened up that wood and shined it. So as you apply your Howards, you need to get a clean cloth, like a microfiber cloth, an old cotton t-shirt, a rag, and wipe off the product as you go along. And then you leave the product on for 30 minutes. So I'm going to actually continue to do this, and I'm going to wipe off my product, leave it on for 30 minutes, and then we're going to go to step 2, which is Howard Feed and Wax. And it's a beeswax and orange oil product that leaves a high gloss shine on your wood, and you buff it off and leave it on for 20 minutes and then wipe it off, and it brings your wood to a high polish and shine, and you're going to see the magic of this product. Okay, so hang in there for 30 minutes and I'll be back. Stay tuned. Okay, so I just applied my Howard Restor-A-Finish in Mahogany. Comes in different colors. And what I did was, after I applied it with the steel wool and the paintbrush to get around the hardware, I actually wiped it off with an old rag. And you just go across the piece, wipe it off, to the grain. So if the grain is going this way, wipe it in that direction. Wiped it off. Now we're going to wait 30 minutes. And 30 minutes to apply our wax and our orange oil. Then it's going to be even shinier. Now, the great part about Howard is, you see how shiny this wood is? It's actually going to dry shiny, but it's going to be even shinier once we place that wax, that orange oil and that beeswax on here, and wipe it off. And you know, you have to leave it on for 20 minutes. Then you wipe it off, it actually shines it up to a high luster, an even higher luster than you see here. And you can see it is actually, it's starting to actually absorb into this wood. And it's looking much, much better. It's more revitalized, and it looks much newer. So, all right, we're going to wait 30 minutes. I'll be back, and we'll go to step 2. To come outside. Every time I'm doing a YouTube video, my family has to like make lots of noise. All right, so I'm outside. Now it's been 30 minutes since the Howard Restor-A-Finish in Mahogany has seeped into the wood, and it's ready for part 2, which is Howard Feed and Wax, which is a wood polish and conditioner that contains beeswax and orange oil. And this is really great. It actually seeps into the wood and conditions it. So generally you apply it with a rag, any kind of rag, or steel wool pad if it's still scratched up, and you know, the finish, you want it to really penetrate deep in there. But I don't need that. Actually, I'm going to use a paintbrush, and I do very well using paintbrushes on my antiques. It works better for some reason. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually drop some of the drops of the Howard's wax onto the box, and I'm going to apply it with a paintbrush. And you're supposed to put a lot of this stuff on. So let me begin. And you go into the grain of the wood. So as you can see here, the pattern of the wood is going from left to right or right to left. And I'm going to go in that direction to apply it. And so you just do this throughout your piece of furniture, and just liberally apply it. As a matter of fact, I need more. And then when you're done, you don't wipe it right off. You leave it on for 20 minutes. And after 20 minutes, that gives it enough time to actually absorb into the wood. Then you're going to wipe it off, and it's actually going to leave a high polish shine. So I'll be back in 20 minutes to show you the finished results. Stay tuned. Okay guys, so this is the finished product after putting on step 2, which was the Howard Feed and Wax, which is just simply beeswax and orange oil. Look at the shine on this wood, and you can actually see the grain of the wood now. You can see the beauty of this particular type of wood, which I'm not an expert, but I think is mahogany. So wow, right? Now let me show you, actually I'm going to show you. So I replaced the little knob on it. Oops. And I decided on this one because this one fit the best. The key is just a replacement for now until I find a suitable antique one. This is an antique replica skeleton key. And my goodness, the wood is actually so conditioned, so shiny. You can see my reflection in it. You see that? And now about the age, I'm not sure, since I'm not an expert on these old boxes. I believe this was made anywhere between the 1850s to the 1880s. I believe they call this, I'm not sure if that's Regency or Georgian, this type of handle. Now, this could be much older, but my guess is anywhere between about 1840 to 1850. These old jewelry boxes were generally made in France. They have a mechanism, and you can tell this is a French mechanism. Let me show you this. This little spot in the back here, you press it, and the drawer pops open. By the way, look at this beautiful interior made out of satin. Now, I found something pretty cool in here. I found this antique bar pin made out of gold, hidden in one of the back crease parts of the pillow. And you can see it's somebody's initials. It looks like the initials E.C. And I was really stoked to have found that. Now, with these mechanisms, watch what happens. I'm going to press the button, and the drawer pops out. And that is really, really cool. Let me just put this in here a moment. And now the really, really awesome part about this was that if it wasn't for Howard's, I would not have been able to afford a jewelry box such as this. These are very, very expensive. These boxes sell between like $600 to $1,000 in good condition. And I got it on eBay. The seller didn't know what it was, just said it was a vintage jewelry box that needs restoration. And I got this for $35. And because of the Howards just made this look like $1 million. So if you want to purchase the Howards, you'll see in the description below, you're going to see a link to all the products that I used in this video to restore this old beautiful box. And again, look how gorgeous it is. Look how gleaming the wood is compared to before. And once again, guys, thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys all soon. So long.